Graduates and guests, joining us today to recognize and honor our history-making graduating class of 2024 are distinguished guests and leaders from our college and university. Craig Stone, CLA Grand Marshal. Natalie Leon Munoz, CLA Associated Students Senator. Kim Kelly, Chair, Human Development. Suzanne Perlich, Chair, Geography. Monica Argandana, Director, Environmental Science and Policy. Jennifer Asines, Chair, Communication Studies. Catherine Chu, Chair, Comparative World Literature. Seiji Steinmetz, Associate Dean. Donna Nicole, Associate Dean. Deborah Thien, Dean. Jody Cormack, Vice Provost of Academic Affairs and Dean of Graduate Studies. Jeff Cook, Chief Communications Officer. Chris Fowler, Chief of Staff. Min Yao, Vice President, Information Technology. Mitali Jain, ASI President. Dan Montoya, Vice President, University Relations and Development. Scott Appel, Vice President, Administration and Finance. Beth Lessing, Vice President, Student Affairs. Jane Close Connolly, President. In 2018, the university adopted a new alma mater with lyrics by Christian Valdez and music by Kyle Gabriel, composed when both were students in the Bob Cole Conservatory of Music. To sing it for you today, please welcome Young Jin Kim, a 2024 graduate of the Bob Cole Conservatory of Music.
Scholars, artists, dreamers, all are welcome here. Maker of tomorrow's leaders, now and through the years. Love for all that came before us, in our hearts we hold. Always honor, truth and justice, always black and gold. Rise and innovate forever, ever higher reach. All our lives we shall remember beautiful Long Beach.
And now, please welcome the Dean of the College of Liberal Arts, Deborah Thien.
Look at this crowd. Woo! President Connolly, honored guests, members of the faculty, relatives and friends of the graduates, and the class of 2024. I welcome you to the 74th Annual Commencement Celebration of California State University, Long Beach. I'm Dr. Deborah Thien, the Dean of the biggest and the best college on campus, the College of the Liberal Arts. The College of the Liberal Arts, or the CLA as we like to say, offers a multitude of majors, minors, certificates, which you all hold. We have hundreds of faculty members and staff who are there to support our almost 10,000 students. Yes, 10,000 students. I mentioned we were big. You, our students, are at the center of everything we do, and I am delighted to be here today to honor you, the almost 2,000 graduating CLA students as part of the class of 2024. As we begin the ceremony today, I would like to acknowledge the Tongva, Gabrielino, and the Ashuman Waneno nations as the original stewards and traditional caretakers of the land where Cal State Long Beach is located. It is my honor to work at Pavagna, a sacred site known as the gathering place to the Tongva and other Southern California Indian peoples. I wish our gathering here today was 4 more in number. I would like to recognize the accomplishments of 4 students who will be awarded posthumous degrees today. Jason Shishido from Political Science, Adriana Nunez from Psychology, Alex Wechter from Anthropology, and Jose Espinoza Cardoso from Sociology. Their families are in the stadium with us today as we honor them and recognize their hard work. And we are here to recognize the hard work of all of our CLA graduates. Today is a monumental day for everyone. For all of you students in the stands and everyone who helped you get to this stage today, where you will hear your names as you become Cal State Long Beach's newest graduates. You've had support from friends, family, faculty, mentors, and so many more. If you have someone to thank, shout it out. I encourage you by the end of the day, or even by the end of this ceremony, to thank someone who helped you get here. Post your appreciation on social media. Pick up the phone and give someone an actual phone call. Tweet it, snap it, TikTok it, or go really old school and send a thank you card in the mail to someone special who couldn't be here. Share this day. Share your achievement. Representation matters. And share your gratitude with those who helped you reach this moment. And I can see those who helped you reach this moment on all 3 levels of the stadium. Yeah. I'm surrounded on stage by people who also helped all of us get here. I want to acknowledge our esteemed faculty Grand Marshal, Professor Craig Stone, Director of American Indian Studies. I also want to acknowledge our chairs and directors from the college's departments, the CLA Associate Deans, and our CLA ASI representative, Natalie Leon Munoz. Our ASI senator is also here today, Mitali Jain. Okay, so we are here today to celebrate you. Graduates, you have earned your degree in the liberal arts tradition, a tradition that values critical thinking, centers diverse perspectives, and fosters effective communication, ethical judgment and decision making, and empathy. You have done internships. You have traveled abroad. You have learned languages. You have joined clubs. You've served your communities. You've worked on projects in classrooms, in labs, and beyond with your professors and your peers. You have made the most of your time as Cal State Long Beach students, and we believe, we know that you will make our society better as graduates. We are so proud to send you out into the world as the newest ambassadors of the College of Liberal Arts, and we are so excited to see what you will do next.
Good morning. I am Seiji Steinmetz, Associate Dean of the College of Liberal Arts, and as someone who proudly earned a master's degree from the California State University, it is my great honor to announce this year's Master's Award winners. Right. We begin by recognizing this year's recipients of the Best Master's Thesis Award. They are Mary Venejas from the Department of Geography for her thesis, Vulnerabilities and Resilience to Weather Events, Woodford St. Andrew, Jamaica, supervised by Dr. Gary Heitrick. We also recognize Julie Haltom from the Department of History for their thesis, 5 Acres of Freedom, Jackrabbit Homesteading in the Mojave Desert, 1938 to 1976, supervised by Dr. Eileen Lur. Yeah. All right. So congratulations to these extraordinary scholars and to the dedicated faculty who mentored them. Would the winners please stand if you are able and be recognized? We would now like to recognize this year's 2024 Dean's List of graduating master's students, university scholars, and artists. The Dean's List is limited to only 1% of the students pursuing a master's degree in our college. A nominee must show evidence of truly distinguished academic achievement in their chosen field. Please join me in congratulating the following students who have achieved this extraordinary distinction. They are Chava Olander from philosophy, Kate Prell from geography, Evelyn Ortiz Soto from political science, Kim Hu from English, Victoria Gray from history, and Mary Roish from anthropology. Will the winners please stand if you are able and be recognized? On behalf of Dean Thien and Associate Dean Nickel, please join me once again in congratulating all these Master's Award winners in the College of Liberal Arts.
Good morning. I am Donna Nickel, Associate Dean in the College of Liberal Arts, and I am pleased to join Dean Thien in congratulating all of today's graduates and their families. We are honored to recognize our 2024 outstanding baccalaureates from the College of the Liberal Arts. We are here today honoring 2 outstanding students. Our first outstanding baccalaureate in the College of Liberal Arts goes to J.J. Muller Dambois from the Department of Psychology. J.J. has maintained a high academic record and made extraordinary contributions to their department and outside academic research. J.J. has recently presented 2 first authored papers, is a co-author on 2 manuscripts, and an active participant in their community. Congratulations, J.J. Our next outstanding baccalaureate comes from the Department of Journalism and Public Relations. Raya Torres has not only maintained a 3.95 grade point average, but has also presented and won Cal State Long Beach's Student Research Competition in 2023. Raya is president and founder of the CSULB chapter of the Asian American Journalists Association, an intern with KABC TV, and deeply involved with Beach TV News. Congratulations, Raya. Would JJ and Raya please stand to be recognized? And would the audience please join me in congratulating them? Thank you.
Our graduates know that the beach is a special and transformative space. Please turn your attention to the Jumbotron as we share a message from our esteemed president, Jane Close Connolly, and our beach alum, Genesis Jara, that captures the spirit of determination, creativity, and possibility that has characterized the beach for 74 years. Graduates, as we share this message, please stand and begin your walk to the field so that you may be formally presented to the president.
Congratulations, graduates of 2024. You made it through a pandemic, global unrest, and much more, and stayed focused on reaching this significant milestone. Faculty, staff, and administrators have had 2, 3, 4, or more years to share advice, so I won't bore you with anything more. I wish you lives of happiness, curiosity, learning, and service. I think these are the elements of well-lived lives. And a final wish is that you stay connected to the beach. You've taught us a lot, and we will continue to work to make you proud of your alma mater. Go Beach!
Hello graduates, my name is Genesis Jara, Cal State Long Beach class of 2019 and 2022 and former ASI president. I am so proud to welcome you to an esteemed group of Beach alumni, more than 400,000 strong. Make no mistake, we may be a big family, but we are a tight-knit family. We keep in touch with our alma mater, we look out for one another, and we celebrate each other's accomplishments. And today, we celebrate you. Know that as a graduate of Cal State Long Beach, you also join a family of dreamers, change makers, leaders, and achievers. When we dream big. Jurassic Park big. Yes, iconic film director, producer, and screenwriter Steven Spielberg is one of your fellow Beach alumni. So is Wendy McLinden-Covey, whom you've seen in The Goldbergs, Reno 911, and Bridesmaids. And Caitlin Dickerson, immigration reporter for The Atlantic and winner of a Peabody Award. Beach alumni leave their mark on the world, always striving to make it better. Thomas Baker, Canada Research Chair in Quantum Computing, is developing concepts and finding solutions for quantum computation, while Lenora Norosky creates programs to educate future generations of immunologists as she researches and treats chronic illnesses and immunodeficiencies. We serve our communities with plenty of beach pride. Among our alumni in public office are Robert Garcia, U.S. Congressman for the 42nd District in the U.S. House of Representatives, and Lena Gonzalez, California State Senator, 33rd District in the California State Senate. And let's not forget about our former beach student athletes who still make us proud. Among them, Misty May Trainer, beach volleyball 3-time Olympic gold medalist, Terrell Davis, Hall of Famer and former running back for the Denver Broncos, and professional baseball player Evan Longoria. So beach graduates, you are now part of this illustrious family. Remember that no matter where you go or what you do, you're a beach alumni for life. Stay connected, go out there, and take on the world. Go Beach!
Graduates, please remember to return to your seats after name reading to be present for official degree conferral and tassel movement. Guests, we appreciate your patience and participation in celebrating as all graduates take part in the name reading and final conferral process. Thank you.
Graduates, this is your moment. Honored guests, we present to you our graduating class of 2024.
Brian Edgar Rios.
Jeremy Michael Veal.
Jesus Miguel Ponce.
Brian Corona Martin.
Aaron Dalziel Maddox.
Andrew Lloyd Smith.
Mary Elizabeth Roosh.
Matthew Alexander Fusco.
Jennifer Taylor.
Emily Lynn Hazen.
Amanda Christina Castillo.
Kate Krogstad.
Jessica Carmen Ocampo.
Fabian Lugo Jr.
Elias Permel.
Zaid Ali. Frank Perrin Cullison.
Nicholas Tanner Johnson.
David Magana.
Stephen Alexander Kushian. Austin Joseph Hoffman.
Victoria Roa. Zachary Wayne Roethlisberger.
Cesar Ricky Gonzalez.
Chelsea Danae Allen.
Marcus Elias Woolfolk. Athena Vasquez.
Jessica Marie Mendoza.
Kim Hu.
Yvette Patrice Adams Park.
Chaz Kekoa Hannah Heredia.
Jacob Paul Belkin. Alexandria Helena Costa. Cassandra Abigail Amaya. Liliana Antoinette De Simone.
Harley Maxwell Webb.
Jessica Carol Montero.
Sarah Michelle Wolfe. Victoria Tui Ha Tran. Catherine Fung Tao Vu.
Achel Jignishbai Patel.
Tejaswini Chakraborty.
Hillary Faith Lopez. Lauren Michelle King.
Catherine Maldonado. Janessa Pun.
Steve M. Ho. James Richard Levine.
Selena Situ.
Junlei Du.
Wataru Watanabe.
Robin Angela Gaitan.
Catherine Lindsay Prell.
Sarah Elizabeth Averett.
Anthony Angel Ponce. Fernando Alonso Nunez.
Elise Sawa.
Andrea Lizette Don Diego Cruz.
Deborah Janine Hernandez.
Daniel Mateo. Donald Reinartz. Andrea Perez.
Brendan Scott Schulteis.
Talissa Celeste Andrade. Viviana Inez Salaya.
Maria del Carmen Hernandez Davila.
Yitzali A. Peña. Muniba Mukhtar. Ariana Perez Alvarez.
Matthew Hirschberger.
Gareth George F. Wan.
Casey Jean Bonstein.
Nebula Nguyen. Jacqueline Meza Garibay.
Annie Yepes. Derek Allen Wilson.
Tori Romero.
Lauren Ina Lakritz.
Ingrid Pamela Ambrose Mata.
Alicia Edelmira Panta.
Maria Guadalupe Venegas.
Okay.
Aiden Knipe.
Leslie Valenzuela.
Are you gonna get him back?
Lacey Beatty.
Alyssa Danielle Melgoza. Giselle Carla Monaco. Diana Portillo.
Nancy Torres Poblano.
Amaya Imani Mason.
Gianna Holston.
Barry Duger.
Jake Robert Gutierrez.
Gustav Joseph Menser.
Tanu Oma Aleyu Nelson Ayu.
Mike C. Wang.
Matthew Harold Page.
Daniel Saroj Saranyan.
Mason Lee Dillo.
Isabella Elizabeth Murphy. Keely Rasmussen.
Alicia Gabriela Altamirano.
Marcus Xavier Tsahonis.
Eric P. Mendez.
Jacob Cortinas.
Karen Miramontes.
Asil Smadi.
Bastion Rodriguez.
Catherine Diane Stevens.
Jamel Ives Abbas.
Emily Namphone Lindstead. Samantha Isabel Jimenez.
Carolina Nicole Stoll.
Scarlett Hope Blake.
Chelsea Jada Washington.
Ashley Celeste Garcia Mora.
Alexandra Orozco.
Angelica Martinez. Dahlia Simone McDonald.
Brittany Erica Guzman Mendoza. Jasmine Lemus.
Antonia Baez.
Priscilla Iriana Garcia Martinez. Victoria Green.
Lali Delgado.
Angie Michelle Gonzalez Ramos.
Giovanni Roberto Montesano.
Tobias Charles Jensen.
Damian Michael Sarmiento.
Andrea Esther Barragan.
Evelyn Garay.
Ryan A. Sims.
Sydney Ferrales.
Angel Marin Flores.
Ashley Torres.
Julia Ruth Garrow.
Danielle Rebecca Romero.
Shauna Herlihy.
Natasha Castanedo. Jacqueline Aleman.
Olivia Romero.
Cassandra Noemi Deanda.
Lynette Moni Lan.
Cece Cranner. Jared Abate. Sergio Alfredo Alvarado.
Jennifer K. Trend.
Hannah Griffith.
Corina Munoz.
Lynn Kashiwagi.
Terilyn Teresa Vasquez. Ryan Urquia.
Jennifer Haas.
Brandon Alexander Vargas. Christopher Levente Sabo.
Yebin Lee.
Melanie Nicole Arabia.
Wendy Marroquin.
Rosa Sanchez.
Denise Lorray Garcia.
Fatima Zeferino. Mariana Villegas.
Eileen Guadalupe Huerta. Rigoberto Leva. Abraham Samuel Gonzalez.
Jorge A. Rangel.
Christopher Gutierrez.
Eric Velasquez.
Jeremy Crooks.
Eric George Moreno.
Jacob Rudy Dybeck. Eric Fabella Avina.
Stephen Renteria.
Mary Jo Cadape.
Lucia Light.
Jason Dylan Chumpitas.
William Murga Sanchez. Stephanie Yadira Pirir. Alan Jonathan Pablo.
Elisa Taryn Daniels. Madison Conti.
Taylor Nicole Little.
Alexia Nayeli Torres.
Ruth Araceli Blanco.
Kim Joali Gallegos. Jasmine Gabriela Garcia.
Maxwell Dean Barrera.
Jordan Danielle Lindsay. Valeria Gonzalez.
Braulio Rivera.
Kevin Lewis.
Josh Telmo.
Gloria Perez.
Elizabeth Celine Sanchez.
Maritza Ortiz. Jacqueline Rush.
Ashton Levitt. Maya Helen Gotham. Jenna Jumi Kim.
Cassandra Meir.
Darius Prudencio Bean.
Melissa Suis.
Oscar Aranda.
Chloe C. Wong,
Ella Marie Blank,
Sean Patrick Gray,
John David Schultz,
Thomas Kelly Norland,
Chantera Malaysia Walton, Tamara Zivkovic,
Andrea Borrero,
Andrew Wolfgang Tirado,
Shan M. Parker,
Brando Luke Batiste, Rain Whitney Chichester,
Gabrielle C. Magis,
Kenneth Tran,
Matthew Joseph Dixon,
Ethan James Stanley,
Ricardo Vicente Munoz,
Christian S. Verga,
Martin Armando Hidalgo,
Nikki B. Nadler,
Ruby Noel Nashevsky,
Tiffany Ashley Soria, Taylor Ryan Sames,
Alexis Briones,
Jasmine Danielle Melendez, Brittany Garcia Mello,
Kanto Tomita, Michael Shepard,
Layla Lee,
Lily Oyin Tran, Samantha Esmeralda Sanchez Gomez,
Jalan Corvera, Clarice Jane Cabato Bansi, Christopher Espinoza, Ali Deeb,
Carlos Vicente Lamas,
Gabriela Zuazo,
Candace Rosemary Julin,
Jean-Luc Barosby Ramey, Aubrey Davy,
Diana Lupercio,
Alec Mann,
Denise Michelle Almendra,
Leilani Monzon, Mila Rihanna Morales, Julia Fabian Morales,
Camille Kiyono Fujimoto,
Deborah Lynn Ward Oriema,
Destiny M. Martinez,
Guadalupe Hill,
Emma Maturina,
Daisy Marie Hernandez,
Adrienne Binse Espiritu, Matthew Ryan Cuellar, Benjamin Au, Dylan Lucky Cornell, Kate Elizabeth Arroyo,
Natalie Malouf,
Madeline Joe Anderson,
Aaron Armando Ortiz,
Dylan Marie Carranzos, Dahlia Diaz,
Sahiba Hannah Kilji,
Luna Emily Vincent,
Julia Harper,
Antonio Jose Cerda Arias, Emily Bispo,
Cindy Pacheco,
Anna Gonzalez,
Nelly Lizeth Palayo, Kara Michelle Peterson,
Kendall Marie Sievers,
Taylor Isabella Logering,
Estelle Lauren Vaughn,
Angelica A. Gomez,
Jennifer Nishimura Di Paula,
Chase Jones Daig,
Fausto Antonio Perdomo,
Nilaja Fami Blunt,
Ethan Hisashi Hayashida.
Tristan Paul Bonetto,
Mark Josephson.
Cielo Preza.
Sonia Lanai Mayo Andrews, Aliyah Abdul Rahman,
Kaylee Elaine Smead,
Kendall Riley Colson.
McKenna Marie Solberg,
Elise Michelle Bauer, Amber Almond,
Kayla Rose Johnson.
Linessa Ratkovic. Thomas Patrick Reichen. Garrettson Paul Novak. Daniel McMahon. Kian Mirsapasi. Abraham Ponce.
Hien M. Lei.
Aurea Faith Malonzo. Nicholas Hong Peeve.
Justin De Dios, Albert Krockenberg, Brianna Dong,
Matthew John Salenga,
Edwin Langet.
Noel V. Nguyen. Modani Vo Ki Lei Fung. Faith A. Morse.
Mary Estrada, Alexis D. Covington,
Jillian Monique Herrera Klein.
Juliana Nicole Somaini,
Stephen William Garcia. Jovial Rose Ingram. Andrea Garcia.
Mariana Noemi Padilla. Emily Pham.
Matthew William Clark,
Elizabeth Michelle Robles.
Carlos Tapia,
Jose Jonathan Gonzalez.
Nathaniel Josh Sahagun Fernando,
Sarah Victoria Tarasena,
Sydney Nicole Braga,
Audia Ishe Striggs,
Giselle H. Martinez.
Leanne Aaron Vandersand,
Jacqueline Mazariegos. Cindy Magana.
Wendy Gonzalez. Rita G. Gonzalez. Cheyenne Ariana Gonzalez.
Paige Kiyoko Fukuhara,
Kimberly Del Carmen Lemus Gomez. Stephanie Hernandez.
Fernando Medina Cruz.
Chase Andrew Joseph Higgins.
Dan Pham.
Kai Devin Williams,
Ryan Michael Ivankovich. Zach Nicholas Guajardo.
Andrew Michael Stembridge,
Evan Thomas Osterkamp.
Ilse Hortensia Garcia.
Lizette Diane Ramirez.
Ellen Lorraine Flores, Grecia Lisette Barroso, Stephanie Belinda Casillas,
Isela Rodriguez Zuno.
Samantha Flores,
Desiree Talavera,
Catherine Juliana Alvarado,
Jace Alexander Gardner.
Arthur Glenn Rimola Ilano.
Kaya Dream Jones. Alexander Lopez. Isabella Lata Lopez.
Cameron Cherie Sievers.
Justin Davis. Braden James Crabtree. Sierra C. Evans.
Vincent Perez Lara.
Joey Roth.
Alina Christina Arzumanian.
Ian Bennett Strong.
Christian Joseph Hammerton. Pamela Michelle Garzon.
Chloe Elise Stephan.
Alejandra Romero. Mojan Miragasi Kani. Cindy Miranda.
Liam Johns.
Adam Samuel Para. Ryan James Putman.
Rachel Angelina Gonzalez.
Munib Ahmad.
Leslie Deanne Harris.
Veita Vo.
Dana Nguyen.
Jared Taribo Venegas. Jordan Kimie Yamamoto.
Anthony Jordan Robles.
Omar Dowdy.
Omar Tapia.
Valerie Garcia.
Isabella Carolina Tombor.
Scarlett Juliana Barajas.
Vicky Wynn.
Leah Ann Brito.
Luis Ramirez.
Charlene Ukwu.
Emily Ryan Guidita. Nolan M. Heemstra.
Valerie Amethyst Cruz.
Natalie Jimena Reynolds. Abigail Therese Nielsen.
Julia Motram Cavigny.
Sophia Rose Santoro.
Bianca Yvette Otanes. Denise Alexa Rodriguez Avila.
Julian McRae Benjamin.
London Chanel Rowlands.
Lena Watabe.
Emily Janelle Brown. Kira Isabel Deanda.
Kelly Rose Walsh.
Genesee Christine Garcia. Evan Michael Kowalski.
Peyton Rose Etherton.
Alyssa Renee Garcia.
Nicole Field. Megan Elizabeth Boland. Isabel Margaret DeArmond.
Itzel Orduna.
Kristen Page Himika Grandin.
Isabella Almeida.
Samantha A. Loera.
Robert M. Mendoza, Jr.
Elizabeth Joy Tyndall.
Nune Emily Aslanyan.
Aaliyah Naretz. Leslie Jacqueline Nahera.
Rachel Elizabeth Wang.
Brooke Alexandra Monti.
Daryl Santiago Ventilacion.
Caitlin Gutierrez.
Madison Rose Perez. Catherine Roach. Danielle Jolie Maxwell.
Melody Kuchikani. Kelly Denalia Keenan.
Caitlin Wynn. Ricardo Marin.
Phoebe Esperanza Sagales.
Malika Eva Marie Ndula.
Kira Chanbun,
Mi Isabel Tan Trin.
Alyssa Lopez. Jocelyn Sueco Katawaki. Caitlin Courtney Letellier.
Isabella Rose Raphael Smith.
Alicia Arch,
Natalie Leon Munoz. Angelina Kiet. Daphne Garola Franco. Julian Esteban Jaimes Ariza.
Cameron Isaiah Rodriguez.
Phoebe Ali Cornell,
Jessica Padua. Elvira Roman Hernandez. Leslyn Sofia Reyes Nuevo.
Daniela Elizabeth Alvarenga,
Lai Win Tien Huang.
Felipe de Jesus Castillo, Berta Alicia Castañeda,
Cristal Gonzalez.
Brian Alexander Naharo.
Elise Gomez. Christopher Michael Hensley.
Brenda Yvette Rosas. Haley April Reyes.
Sharon Wen Wang.
Francisco Aguilar,
Brenna Kathleen Rose.
Alejandra Maria Juarez.
Randall Estupiñan Medel,
Roberto Elias Soto.
Leslie Michelle Garcia.
Timothy Malad.
Megan H. Kim. Chantel Jeanette Jimenez Martinez.
Isabella Jade Mena. Liam Andrew McDonald.
Ethan Lee Lim.
Marlon Cruz Segui Jr.
Flor Guadalupe Duarte,
Peter Nguyen. Chase Jonathan Kurz.
Ishmael Enrique Figueroa, Brady Matthew Dodson,
Nia Sterling Braisley.
Brian Noe Gavarete.
Eric W. Cho, Jasnor Singh Batal,
Nelson Fook Nguyen.
Benny Guan.
Vincent Mock.
Reynard Ryan Balagtas Custodio,
Chiwa Natasid.
Anne DeClear,
Patricia Martinez.
Jasmine Hernandez Olvera.
Sasha Isa Sakib.
Tony Hernandez. Hunter Clem. Claudel Karazi.
Noah Damian Avina,
Nicholas Costine Georgescu.
Mohammed Aslam Chaudhry,
Devin Martinez Flores.
Emily Oralia De Leon,
Kenneth Alexander Pena.
Katie Michelle Hernandez.
Alejandra Avila,
Joshua Alejandro Ramirez.
Alex Eugene Bourgeot,
Inhuok H. Yoon.
Amrit Singh Gore.
Christopher M. Reyes.
Andrew Roger Flores,
Nicole Pinuliar.
Savannah Angel Blocker, Lucy Blue Pasila Baker, Brett Barber,
Mateja Simic. Stanley Zhang,
Wesley Leong,
Enrique Alvarez,
Kevin E. Narvaez, Parsa Naderpour,
Lukman Shah, Ryan Ken Palancos Watanabe,
Owen Carl Hansen, Kyle Lee,
Sean Michael McElroy,
Shayla Chung, Alexandra Aguilar,
Van To,
Dominic Isidro Ibarra,
Ruth Janeth Palos Castellanos, Steve Montes, Danielle Perez,
Brandon Zhang,
Mason Park Lucero, Jin Imoto, Musashi Ikeda,
Liana Kaur Verma,
Broski Bayina,
Rachel Sarah Jacobson, Miles Jordan Gallegos,
Fernando Marquez Hernandez, Owen Martz, Jose Javier Maldonado,
Alondra Hernandez, Q Bin Im,
Zhang Trung Zung Dan,
Nicholas Yang,
Luis Rafael Flores Corona,
Azana Ifateo Martinez Moore,
Fernando Antonio Soto,
Elizabeth Alvarez,
Antonio Ruiz,
Tiana Janet Casas,
Kristen D. Gomez, Victoria Nguyen, Manal Johar,
Brianna Nicole Burwell, Rebecca Marie Cervantes,
Jordan Rochelle Waymeyer,
Gabriela Kiana Kamiab, Mitzi Paloma Garcia,
Jasmine Marie Barnett,
Diane Navarro,
Slaine Camacho,
Wesley Mock,
Krista Marie Vetter,
Lauren Adele Neibel,
Alexandra Teresa Urzua,
Marie Evangeline Zosa Lau, Elaine de Guzman Gustillo,
Brandon Paul Wee, Stephen Matthew Palacios,
Carlos Jr. Cisneros, Kai Crawford,
Sherry May Singson Jackson, Karen Melissa Guevara,
Haley Nicole Orseth,
Keelan Suker,
Ashton Donnelly Biddle,
Lauren Elizabeth Headley,
Thomas Edward Burns,
Isaias Jauregui,
Matthew J. Speranza,
Maria G. Barajas de Mata,
Diana A. Urias, Samantha Emily Torres,
Catherine Araujo Solano, Emily Ann Kane,
Brett Chandler Wong,
Janae Ayana Rhodes,
Nikolai Spry,
Jasmine Diwa,
Kennedy Mailo, Zachary John Petty.
Demetrio Bernal Torres.
Donovan Lysander Lopez. Sydney Reese Izabal.
Karina Nicole Pulido. Nicole Edith Ramirez Cruz. Christina Navarro.
Kelly Arlene Cruz.
Ethan Retisa Lim. Joseph Gogolin.
Juliana N. Chavarria. Violet Cordova.
Diane Elizabeth Sandoval.
Sasso Mauricio Diaz. Dominic Antonio Diaz.
Ariana Alessandra Santiago. Rebecca Lee Williams. Natalie Sierra Scanaliato.
Kayla Amber Curtin.
Kristen Kwai Ying Ho.
Danielle Chow.
Jonathan Bean Gochenko.
Rafael Rendon.
Samuel Isaac Correa.
Kaylee Pedroza.
Jacqueline Jolie Gonzalez.
Ashley Areola. Eric Ceja Ruiz. Jasmine Arellano.
Alejandra Rivas.
Kalia Marie Trias. Trinity Nova Trick.
Doran John Lyons.
Kayla A. Baker. Maya Olivia Castro. Isabel Alejandra Aguirre.
Lila N. Vinciguerra. Caroline Maria Smith.
Emily Lopez.
Catherine Mary Day.
Alyssa D. McDermott.
Elizabeth Johnson. Lauren Ann Gould. Trinity Lawson.
Madeline Ann Dodds.
Sarah Elizabeth Reedy. Emily Sophia Mendoza.
Novali Sky Loput Lastra.
Christopher Agostini.
Gabriella Rose
Christopher Agostini.
Taylor Phoenix Stacy.
Kainoa Halia Okale Hamner.
Savannah Jean Mohat.
Ayana Sky Alfaro. Keely Shea Delaney.
Christine Helvey.
Saba Luam Michael. Cambria Ree O'Donnell. Mallory Padilla.
Anthony Theodore Godino. Bo Joshua Garcia.
Caitlin Viviana Flores.
Brianna Pamela Salcedo.
Jesus Jimenez.
Elsie Erideth Rivera.
Jeffrey Henry Wind.
Mason Andrew Acosta. Jennifer Aguilera.
Brittany Navarro.
Rebecca Faith Woofter.
Chloe Alexandra Carrillo Hidalgo. Ian Charles Dean.
Chelsea Diana Simo.
Austin Thomas Martinez.
Megan Faith Schaffner.
Daniel Pablo Cruz,
John N. Valencia,
Alyssa Ray Fairbanks,
Sydney Marissa Hooper,
Anna Brown,
Emily T. Mai,
Cole Caleb Carter,
Dylan Hovis,
Benjamin Hanson Tran,
Milagros Duran Mendez,
Enrique Landeros.
Jessica Tony Wells, Joshua Christian Talavera,
Joshua Manuel Chacon, Andrea Marie Bailey, Emma Lauren Brown,
Mariana Sanchez, Rodvel Velasquez,
Leslie Scarlett Gomez, Emily Ann Godino,
Luke Oliver Nelson,
Elizabeth Ariana Solozano,
Caitlin Marie Rivas,
Cedric Wills,
Sinclair Lawhorn,
Dory Taylor Rashani,
Destiny Celeste Gilliland,
Jesus Alexandro Becerra,
Amisha Clara Lasu,
Mirlanda Robles,
Ezra Christopher Schlarb,
Letitia T. Burns,
Isabella Grace Lugman Talavera,
Angela G. Alonso,
Alberto Domingo Quinones,
Paula Lopez,
Corvon Moeller, Leslie C. Mason,
Nadaline Alyssa Torres,
Raquel Luna,
Rebecca Yolanda Cabrera,
Crystal Martinez,
Christian Mauricio Zamorano,
Valerie D. Rivera,
Isabel Urquia,
Jose Manuel Haro, Lauren Elizabeth Kolchek,
Anthony R. Salazar,
Imelda Perez,
Oscar Emmanuel Flores,
Natalie Gilas Sabal,
Andira Jacqueline Jimenez,
Diamond Dion Williams,
Yesenia Landeros,
Chanel Ashley Francisco,
Ariadna Michelle Navarro,
Natalie Gudino,
Mirna Navarrete Jimenez,
Francisco Campos,
Tanapun Tonkin,
Brenda Del Castillo,
Monica Marcado,
Seth Cronick,
Christian Jacob Peel, Christine Wen,
Nhan Min Hin Le, Hannah Kim,
Kenneth Sizey,
Montserrat Ruiz, Hector Jesus Martinez Cardenas,
Reina Abad.
Bianca Andrea Ramirez, Tania Ray Miller, Otto Ryan Rivera,
William Cresson,
Brian Fabian Saros,
Haley Jade Villa,
Jean Marie Hudson.
Paulo Uriarte.
Robert Jan Gladstone.
Luis Marie Obay Ramos. Manuela Martinez.
Gabriel Isaiah Chico.
Daniel Vigil.
John Ellington.
Arturo Venegas. Natalie Ann Webb.
Christine R. Pearl.
Drew Bell Schonert.
Ruth I. Christensen. Paige Elizabeth Berda. Valerie Lauren Crisologo.
Wesley Rogers. Amanda Talicia Park.
Grace Olivia Danielle Ferguson.
Canon Gutierrez Hansen Swartz.
Adrian Arias.
Brian Min Tran.
Shelley Nie Chin.
Melissa Hurtado. Samantha Taylor Hatfield.
Nicole Selena Mendoza.
Savannah Lynn Schreiner Van Hootie.
Emmy Elizabeth Muschek. Emmanuel Ramirez. Michelle Salagi Nemeth.
Sydney Summer Tran.
William Ed Din.
Nathan Charles Hartley.
Terawat Tyler Sela.
Amber Lilian Moreno.
Iris Mackenzie Bonilla.
Jillian Leslie Garcia.
Logan Jack McCune.
Caitlin Diane Alder. Taylor Autumn Feely. Jessica Ann Clay.
Luke Gabriel Gonzalez.
Nicholas J. Banuelos. Katarina Scarlett Estrada. Alexis Lauren Cruz. Morgan S. Barragan.
Jada Rustamuglu.
Sophia Ann West.
Leonie Wen.
Raquel Ann Icaza.
Jada Kalia Johnson. Leslie Lira. Daniel Stephen Hill.
Miles Donald Dean Stratton.
Dylan Joseph Madrid.
Samuel L. Chasen.
Valerio Anan Guercho.
Daisy Guadalupe Torres.
Alvin C. Ingu. Edgar Joel Sid.
Vanessa Garcia.
Jeshka Fonseca. Cameron F. Clavin.
Mason Adrian Gonzalez.
Stephen Yoshito Ely.
Orgo.
Adam Patrick Garco.
Abdul Wahab Jamal Yusuf. Evan Eugene Walker.
Jose Israel Ariano.
Simon Tran.
Kathy Fan.
Madison Elizabeth Long.
Joel Cruz Rangel.
Katia Del Rocio Contreras.
Samantha Noel Zada.
Thomas Mendoza.
Dalton Doherty. Ashton K. Fernandez. David Ronald DeFore.
Ryan J. Rosales.
Eric Garcia.
Lupe Mora.
David James Pangolin Ngogwe. Andrea Garcia Aguilar.
Anthony Martinez.
Daniel Wade Balangit Agatep.
Dwayne Joe Malonga Mali'i.
Santos Alvarado.
Maleni Hakimi.
Evelyn Nunez.
Abigail Funk.
Jocelyn Vera. Samantha Andrea Vasquez.
Matthew Saha.
Nicholas William Caracas.
Abel Amesquita.
Leah Lydia Fazwaz.
Eduardo Luna.
Will Price.
Winton James Crosby.
Joaquin Antonio Legaspi.
Ryan Joseph Campuzano. Eric Angel Alvarez.
Evan William Knipe.
Chelsea Sylvia Mesa.
Alex Marie Thompson. Lily Koi Yamasaki. Angelica Cecilia Treviso.
John Martin Carrillo.
Christopher Reginaldo Garcia.
Marcus Anthony Ariola. Joseph Chahada. Michael John Borak.
Jesus Solano.
Maxwell Henry Gifford.
Johnny Arroyo.
Kyle Quint. Elena Nadine Mon.
Aaron Jinwoo Cho.
Dawson Alexander Rogers.
Aiden John Staff.
Jason Carter Brown.
Lauren Casey Sese Ribancos.
Lauren Bonsteel.
Garrett Michael Garola.
Yen Ni Boy.
Erica Latt.
Elizabeth Jalen Carrasco.
Derek John Rossman.
Grace Elizabeth Lopez.
Jatnelli Davila De Vries.
Michael McBride.
Kevin Isaias Lopez Garcia. Noah O. Jimenez. Guadalupe Leva.
Dylan Antonio Del Prado.
Sandra Denise Martinez. Tomas Gustavo Martinez.
Daniel Antonio Cervantes Robles.
Garrett Isaiah Keeley.
Damian Valenzuela. Kiera Lene Washington.
Lisa Chen.
Zandali Graciela Palacios Flores.
Grecia Osiris Salgado Ramirez.
Kevin Francis.
Faith Ann Braga Rakepo.
Rochelle Zuniga.
Ashton Ramos.
Khalid Vincent Sidamed.
Esperanza Hernandez Munoz.
Erica Viramontes Munoz.
Christina Ledesma.
Myra Jasmine Bravo. Jennifer Carrasco.
Iris Brianna Salazar.
Osiris Hernandez Monroy.
Howard Ho Wan Wah.
Buddy Casillas. Kaylee Brubaker. Brisa Yamilet Babuena. Italia Corday Bonora. Chardonnay Brame. Sabrina Sue Cable.
Queenie Hua.
Karine Sala.
Asil Ahmed Mahdi.
Jen Trung.
Norbert Cruz Monzon Jr.
Ayon Wan.
Cameron Howard.
Rosa Lizette Cortez. Cynthia Lisette Flores. Jose Cervantes.
Joshua D. Garcia. Justin Gans.
Areli Valenzuela. Edson Rafael Valenzuela.
Mark Ryan Federici.
Jesus Alberto Manriquez. Jesus David Malquez. Richard Anthony Mendoza.
Daphne Zulema Ford. Natalia Paola Chires. Kenneth Chino Lumba Bailon.
Giselle Romero. Daniela Osegueda.
Ilham Sheikh Ode.
Kennedy Christian Gonzalez.
Alberto Flores.
Achilles Roland Peralta.
Ruel J. Pizarro Lapid.
Elizabeth Claire Noel.
Jessica Johanna Van Hopen. Tommy Trang.
Elsa McFadden.
Kimberly Alcantar. Noah Abraham.
Brianna Mendez Padilla.
Crystal Eve Gaines Emery.
Erica Figueroa. Penelope Carrillo. Megan Chen.
Natalie Candy Hernandez.
Nehemiah Baloyal.
Jason Anthony Garcia.
Michael Anthony Reza.
Olivia Rose Weinstock.
Emmanuel Barrera.
Naoki Gima.
Porter William Adelot.
Jonathan Alexander Mesa.
Melissa Maliu.
David Dunn.
Josue Ariola.
Lorenzo Miguel Mendoza.
Tien Tam Trin.
Emily Gutierrez. Jasmine Ofelia Heron.
Jessica Raquel Vasquez. Nicole Lauren Vega.
Ashley Tao Mai Nguyen.
Jalen Maricel Tapales.
Haley Rose Bathurst.
Natalia Marie Matute.
Sarah Marie Gutierrez.
Catherine Trejo Bello.
Alexandra Sadie Moreno.
Jennifer Elizabeth Solis.
Brianna Renee Navarro.
Kobe Manit Tit.
Stephen Harley Matthews Jr.
Cameron Davidson.
Lydia M. Tesfaye. Raya Gabrielle Torres.
Ava Sophia Domenichelli. Kevin Fortino Fernandez. Maher Basharahil. Marvin Andrade.
Olivia Avalon Pay.
Ani Gutierrez. Grace Dulce Hughes Johnson.
Winston Min Tran.
Karen Barajas.
Amelia Ariel Gibbons.
Reagan Grace Enda.
Chase Allen Vigil.
Emily Lauren Chan.
Sabia Kraya Hajasani.
Charlie Ramos.
Audrey Lee Davis.
Vanessa Mai.
Brianna Renee Lascano.
Justin Ryan Smith.
Jacob Robert Cabral.
Melissa M. Guerrero.
Eliza May Valdez.
Nora Girarte.
Jonathan Henry Bigall.
Vincent Nicholas Medina.
Marlon Villa.
Cheyenne R. Elizares.
Elizabeth Rose Basil.
Maureen Desiree Resete Linzaga.
Anthony Wilson Orico.
Nicholas Brian Broadhead.
Victoria Karina Lopez. Rebecca Hernandez.
Ana Sofia Aguirre Papa. Vimbai Moyo. Diane Ho Nguyen. Vanessa Mueses.
Sadie C. Giamez.
Leslie Covarrubias.
Saraya Camille Jordan.
Theodry Tia Watkins.
Tawny Michelle Richardson.
Lisbeth Estrada.
Jasmine Lucatero.
Taylor Noel Morshed. Jacqueline Magana. Jennifer Kelly Manukian.
Sylvia Guadalupe Hernandez.
Elsie Carolina Sandoval. Lisbeth Valencia.
Dayanera Lopez Olivas.
Roberta Nadine Frame. Marcos Miguel Banuelos Cabrera.
Katie Tui Lin Nguyen.
Yang Sheng Liang.
Georgiana Camilla Smith.
Cameron Hohan.
Emily Barrett Bloomquist. Juan Aparicio.
Lola Ajatawanobi.
Cristina Ramirez.
Marcela Carrillo.
Karina Serrano. Amaya Lauren Ibarra Torres. Janet Vera Rodriguez.
Ana Elizabeth Flores Salas.
Trevor Austin Keenan.
Fatima Guadalupe Vasquez. Dania Talib.
Natasha Fatima Hussein.
Louisa Nava.
Amanda Ann Bauer.
Yu Sato.
Ruben Gabriel Bagarino.
Jordan Sims.
Maria Eugenia Ramirez Leal. Saskia Perks.
Melina Conchita de la Rosa. Shiva Kumar Dang.
Anna Marie Mahoney.
Setrai Kanya Bonnet.
Sydney Woodley.
Savannah Tucker. Alyssa Raquel Sarabia.
Elisa Keiko Hervasio.
Kobe James Takeda.
Leslie Montanel.
Angie J. Solares.
Esai Alexander Martinez.
Rodolfo Lopez.
Ezequiel Ulloa.
Eric Lennox.
Daisy Esmeralda Paredes. Soledad Miguel Mendez.
Arturo Flores.
John Edison Sayok.
Meruyurt Alimkanova. Tiffany Dillon. Joshua J. Brunecki.
Miriam Olivas Campos.
Andrea Natalie Garcia.
Frida Tonantzin Kowo.
Sally Lim.
Nadia Melia Citydeath.
Kei Pui Kwan.
Amanda Rose Truelove.
Jordan McLean.
Haley Isabel Salcido. Catherine J. Torres.
Kevin Craig Larson.
Riku Nagata.
Lucas Jimenez Agatep.
Rafael Magana Jr.
Peter Cornelio A. Villafane.
Jacqueline Marnay Cochran.
Jayshawn Marie Lyons.
Mia Alexis Solano.
Nicole Moyer.
Emily Cortez. Monica Alvarez.
Caitlin Melgar. Karina Macias. Alexis Ponceleone.
Isabel Lynn Whitsett.
Houston Pierce. Montserrat Marquez. Jasmine Maravilla.
Kayla Nicole Klein. Kingsley Amugo.
Emil Soni.
Marissa Andrea Diaz I.
Kobe Lopez.
Eileen Daniela Saavedra.
Natalia Angeles Pestañas.
Victor E. Lozano.
Bailey Michael Sanchez.
Melody Michelle Ortiz.
Fatima Durrani.
Lori Lynn Harvey.
Haley Jeanette Salazar. Alexis Warren.
Kate Martinez.
Hannah Marie Gillimack.
Dora Renee Yella.
May Lee Kale. Aya Samantha Groom.
Layla Najim.
Andrew Angel Hernandez.
Molly Akayan.
Sophia Schulten. Victoria Alejandra Sanchez.
Genesis Kimberly Lofranco Campano.
Thaisa Elizabeth Smith.
Leslie Leilani Cabrera. Taizin Fujishima Barnhart.
That was a lot of joy. That was a lot of pride. Dr. Jody Cormack is our esteemed Vice Provost of Academic Programs and Dean of Graduate Studies. She has led the way with clarity and purpose. She will now join us to present our 2024 Master's and Bachelor's candidates to the President for degree conferral.
Thank you, Dean Thien. Will the candidates from the class of 2024 please stand if you are able? President Connolly, these candidates have satisfactorily completed all the requirements for their respective degrees and have been approved by the faculty to receive their degrees.
Graduates, you have been recommended to me by the Provost and Senior Vice Provost for Academic Affairs and by your dean and by your distinguished faculty. Therefore, by the authority vested in me by the Chancellor and the Board of Trustees of the California State University, I confer upon each of you who has fulfilled the requirements of the appropriate master's and bachelor's degrees with all rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Baccalaureate graduates, you may now move your tassel to the left side of your cap. Congratulations.
Congratulations, graduates. Before we close today's ceremony, we have just a few important acknowledgments for those who made this ceremony possible. Sign language interpretation of today's ceremony is provided by Brooke Cordova and Gilberto Partida from the Bob Murphy Access Center. Thank you. I would also like to thank the Bob Cole Conservatory Brass Ensemble for their beautiful music. We also thank the university's commencement team for their tremendous planning efforts to make today possible. Graduates, most of all, we would like to thank you. You are now the latest and greatest liberal arts graduates from the beach. Thank you. Congratulations. Go Beach!